Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at the game Danny's World and seeing if it's worth playing. This game is a survival horror game, kind of like Dead by Daylight. Your goal is to go through different floors and finish 4 to 5 goo capsules while making your way up to the elevator and unlocking new floors. If you're enjoying what you hear so far, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm trying to get to 1K before the end of the year and it would help a lot. With all that said, let's get back into the video. When you first load in, you'll instantly notice the character design, which is something this game has done a great job at. Each character is unique with how they look, as well as what abilities and stats they have. You are able to tell what character does what, like the small pebble dog, which distracts and runs away. Another character I think looks cool and abilities make sense is V, which is a robot talk show host, and the abilities reflect that, with one using the mic part of the character and the other making use of the robot part. Along with the many characters you can unlock, there's skin tickets which let you customize your character. The last important unlockable element is that while you play, you will actually study the enemies, and once you have encountered them enough, you will unlock the lore entries about them or complete missions to get new characters as a result. The gameplay loop itself is also pretty good, with most levels having variety along with the enemies being mostly different. There's also bosses you'll encounter, and at the rate of them changes each day. This adds to the game's replayability as a result, especially since in order to unlock some characters, there are in-game challenges that must be done. For the character unlocks, the boss rate is a good and bad thing, since if there's one character you really want, you could play a lot that day, but at the same time, that is a drawback because if you wanted to go for a different boss, it'll be harder to find it. This could be a good game to play with friends as a result, since teamwork is encouraged. While solo play isn't the worst experience, it's 100% better with friends. The game can fit up to 8 people per round, which is a good amount. It also allows for you to have strategy, like one person can be the distractor, while maybe another could be a support, and the last could try to finish the machines as fast as possible. It could lead to some fun moments I'm sure of, or at least trying to beat your team's previous to last floor. With all that said, this game is mostly positive to me, with my biggest problem probably being the sounds of the game. While they aren't the worst noises in the world, the game feels bland sometimes, and a horror soundtrack or just ambience can make the game a lot better. The only noise that really causes suspense is when the enemy locks onto you, but that loses the effect it had since the noise triggers frequently. I think this game could benefit a lot by giving us chase music, or at least another way to really build up the suspense of getting chased by a creature. Because after the initial alerted noise, that's really all it does. I mostly think that's the worst quality of the game, because the gameplay, characters, and replayability is on point with where it needs to be. Overall, I would recommend this game to people looking for a new multiplayer horror game that you don't really have to invest too much time into, but if you would like to, you have the option to.